All right. Hopefully he will.
Hello?
There we go.
Yes!
It
Oh,
only took you 34 minutes.
that took so long. Dude, I was posting everywhere trying to figure out how to do this.
Oh my gosh.
Which link in Facebook? Oh, that's the one I clicked to get in here.
Exactly. I said click that like 6 times, and what do? You do everything except that.
Dude, I could not figure this out. I've never done this. I've never
Sorry,
done this
everybody.
Hangout
I
tech
really am
before.
sorry that it took us like 45 minutes to go ahead and get everything going. Um,
Wow. Who am I hearing right now? Is this just you or who am I? Is there somebody
just
else
you
that I'm
and
hearing?
me. It's just you
Oh.
and me.
Oh no, because I can hear you because I'm watching it and I'm in it at the same time. Wow, this is crazy.
Oh boy.
Here, like look at that. I kept trying to get in. I just put a little link in there.
I
Where do you
see it.
see questions and everything? Oh, Q&A.
Uh, but it's my hangout. Do you see the little Q&A box on the left side?
Yeah, I do now.
Click that. See everybody asking questions and making fun of you?
Oh, Brad Goss is here. Oh, there's going to be a lot of making fun then. Okay, now I'm good. I apologize.
I've
I,
been on here trying to entertain people for a few minutes.
well, you're a good entertainer, so that's a good thing.
Uh,
Okay, sorry, you do your thing, talk for a minute. I'm gonna go through and just read some of these.
okay. Um, Somebody asks, I just saw it, where to go. Where the cracked bonus is located. Valerie, we don't actually have our bonus. Like, okay, it's a slight plug, but anyways, we are gonna do a really cool bonus for obviously AdsCrack 2.0 when it comes out in a few weeks. We're on here today mainly to go ahead and help people, and at the same time advertise ourselves a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest. And one of the things that we really want to focus on is making sure everybody understands that, um, especially with us, is that we actually do what we're talking about. Because one of the, and I mean, Dylan, you can even comment on this yourself. Unfortunately,
Yep.
so many people are going to try to give away the moon, and it's not relevant whatsoever. And what we've been doing is, like Dylan, for example, he's got 150K in a case study that he's been able to make, and he's going to talk about that on this call. I've been doing a ton of stuff with, whether it's with Reengage or whether it's just with CPA and a ton of other Facebook things. And one of the main things that we really want to stress is that to Dylan, help me out with this. How would you want to phrase this? We really just want to be on here to help people out, I guess is the best way of saying it.
Well, my whole goal, like, I want people to understand. I published a case study probably, oh, when was it? April 10th, maybe April 9th, something like that.
April 10th. Yeah.
Um, and that the whole point of this whole thing was to add value. There was never an angle for this to profit, to make money, any of that. That was never an intention for myself or for Will. Um, the whole goal was to give back to everybody, right? So everything that we've done, everything that you've seen is what we've done, right? So in that case study, I show, I'm all lost. In the case study, I show about $120,000 in earnings. So the main thing to remember here is that we actually did it, right? So when we're showing you something, when we're giving you bonuses, those are going to be relevant bonuses, like videos that I actually use for my outsourcing or spreadsheets or direction that I actually take. It's not just, and I'm not going to knock anybody, but we don't want to just say, here's $20,000 in bonuses or here's $10,000 in bonuses. Go figure it out, right? The point of all of this is for us to give you as much help and as much guidance as we can, and that's what I've been trying to do. If I don't know how many people on this call have messaged me on Facebook recently, but I've gotten between 300 and 400 messages from people that I've never spoken to before because of that case study. And every single one of them I've responded to as quickly and as honestly and as much as I possibly could. Even when I was laying on the beach in Jamaica, I had my tablet or my phone with me, and Will can attest to this. And I'd be responding to anybody that I could. So yeah, the main goal in this is value, to help everybody out. There's already been quite a few people that have gotten back to us and said, you know, we followed the instructions that you gave in that video, and I've had my first profitable campaign, or you know, I'm up to $5,000 a month, or what have you. So I'm ranting, but the main purpose is, you know, focus on the value, I guess. There's a ton of questions. Let me.
Oh, I'm going to answer one of them real quick, just so we get this one out of the way.
Valerie's question?
Yeah. Valerie wants to know, where do we find the case studies? By the way, these are all these are 100% free. You don't have to do anything. All you really have to do is go to this website. It's called crackedbonus.com. And let me just go ahead and show this to you guys. crackedbonus.com. All you have to do, quite literally, is go to this page. And the second video we're actually going to be releasing as soon as we hop off this call.
Yeah, as soon as we get off this call.
That one you're definitely going to want to watch. But what I would recommend doing is signing up right here, name and email. Don't worry, I'm not going to go and spam you, neither is Dylan. It's not like we're going to go and you know, start mailing the hell out of you with random crap products out there. No, we're only going to be sending you notifications about videos that we release, and we also have a couple
of completely irrelevant
we've got that we're going to go ahead and send your way. And you guys can see, you know, there's already a lot of people checking this out.
I'm doing my best to keep up with those comments, by the way.
But anyways, let's go ahead and let's answer some questions on the call. We've spent enough time talking about everything. Let's go ahead and let me turn my.
And now, just to lay this out, we'll answer pretty much any question related to Teespring. There are a few things that we're going to keep under wraps because they're coming out in the next videos. But feel free to ask any question at all, and we'll do our absolute best to answer it. That's the point of this, is to be basically a Q&A. It wasn't supposed to be 40 minutes before we got to that, but that's my fault. I apologize.
I like the first question.
Yeah. What, Brad?
No. Currently answering on a scale of 1 to 10, how big is Dylan's head?
Oh, it's huge. Honestly, I need like custom-made hats for this bad boy. Thanks, Aaron. Okay, let's get to actual questions here.
You want to take the first one? Or you want me to?
I don't even know how to do this, so you're gonna have to help me. I'm just.
Take the first one. Joe just went ahead and asked. He went and asked any advice for doing CPA via Facebook. I'm looking to do it, but would love some expert advice. Okay, first off, you know what? What I'm actually going to do is let's take it a step further and let's just go ahead and show you. My internet is so slow right now. Let me show you my screen. I want to show you a website that you need to go to right now. Or well, not right now, but you need to go into it very soon. It's called OfferVault. If you want to do anything CPA, you need to start here. This website is really going to be your best resource out of any website out there when it comes to doing CPA for one reason. It tells you everything you need to know about what campaign you're actually trying to go ahead and send traffic to. As an example, let's say that you wanted to do the six-figure videographer. I have no idea what this is. It looks like it's a MMO type product, and MMO means make money online. I do not recommend doing those on Facebook, by the way. There's a few niches I avoid like the plague when it comes to Facebook. Right now, those niches are make money online. And when I say make money online, you can, if you had like your own product as an example. For example, I have Reengage. It's my own software. I can promote Reengage on Facebook. I can't necessarily go in and I can't promote some random affiliate product. It's a lot more stringent to go and promote affiliate products on Facebook in the internet marketing / make money online space than it is to go in to promote something like, let's see, education. Education, I guarantee you, will absolutely get approved. How many people will click on it is a completely different story. Now, one of the things that I would recommend with OfferVault, you want to avoid make money online, you want to avoid dating, and you want to avoid weight loss. There's a reason for this. if you're going to go and you're going to do dating and weight loss, number one, you need to build up your account. You really, really need to go and build up your account's reputation. If you go and you look at some of the guys that are doing like $10,000 to $15,000 a day, even $100,000+ a day in Facebook ads, what they're actually spending is what I'm talking about. Their accounts are what you would consider, let's say, like a veteran. If you go and you start running dating ads on the very first day that you set up an ad, you will get banned within minutes. I've tested this. I've actually opened up a new account because I didn't want to run any dating ads on my main advertising account, and it was banned within about 10 minutes. And this was way before Facebook came out and said, we don't allow dating offers anymore. Because, as you guys may or may not know, Facebook does not allow dating offers anymore unless you are what's called an approved affiliate. If you're not an approved affiliate, it's not going to go, and it's really not going to go in your favor. So what I would recommend doing, pick a niche you like. It could be golf. It could be cooking. I could care less. Pick something you love. Go over here to OfferVault, and let's say that you like cooking. Just type in, cooking. Yeah, cooking. There we go. Go ahead and type in, like, for example, the keyword cooking. It's going to give you all of the affiliate programs that have any sort of a keyword that includes cooking. So if you're, like, let's say right here, Ninja Cooking System. I don't know exactly. It looks like it's an as seen on TV product. So if we were to go and click on that, we'd have to sign up for Profit Kings Media CPA Network. All you would have to do is click on that link. It's going to take you there. But start on OfferVault and go from there. Really, that's the best advice I can give you, Joe, especially if you want to do CPA. CPA, another big thing, and this is a recommendation that I actually got from somebody when I was first getting started. Have yourself a minimum, and I really do mean a bare minimum, of anywhere from about $750 to $1,500 that you have the ability to literally just take a light or two. You're going to lose. If you lose all of your money in the first month, you're doing the right thing because you're getting so much data that in month 2, you're actually going to be able to go ahead and break even, and then by month 3, hopefully, you'll be able to turn a profit. I know people that can turn a profit in a week with a brand new campaign, but if you're just getting started, expect to lose money anywhere from $50 to $100 a day for at least 30 days, because that'll go ahead and get you a really, really solid foundation.
Can I touch on that really quick?
Absolutely.
There's my header. Whenever I do things like this, CPA or anything, ClickBank, anything like that, and I don't know if you touched on this because I was reading the questions, but I always go to an opt-in. I never direct link.
I should have mentioned that. You're absolutely right.
If I can go to an opt-in, even if I spend $50 a day, let's say $50 a day for a week, so I spend $350. Now I have $350 worth of subscribers, and that could be, a couple thousand subscribers. If I don't make any money on that actual offer, at least I have that many subscribers to mail to now, and I can try to get my budget back. So
that's a great tip. And to add to that, just to say, one of the main things that I'd recommend is get yourself like Dylan just said, Aweber, GetResponse. I don't know if you'd want to go with either one of those right now, but I'd say GetResponse out of the two. But you get yourself a autoresponder account, and what you want to do once you have that autoresponder account, make sure you go in and you just make sure you get those leads, because then what you can do is as soon as you've gone ahead and you collected them, you can send them another CPA offer. You know that offer number 1, let's say right here, Quote Zone doesn't work, but Luxury Casino might. Terrible example, but you guys get the idea.
Yeah, but they understand. Let's dive into some of these Teespring questions we're getting here.
Absolutely.
Fergal Downs says, Teespring, how many colors are you using in your shirt design, and what pricing strategy do you guys recommend? Am I good to just take this? This question?
Yeah.
Perfect. It disappeared on me. Fergal, where'd you go, buddy? Oh, it's up top. Okay, so I try to keep it to 2 colors. That's it. Well, actually, 1 color in the design, and then obviously the color of the shirt. If I can keep it black or white, or black and white, then my profit margin is going to be as high as possible. When you see people doing these shirts that have like 6 different colors or 5 or 4 different colors, that's tearing into the margins. So, and you'll notice this with a lot of Don Wilson shirts that they're 1 or 2 colors. So try to keep the colors down. As far as a pricing strategy goes, we continually up our prices. Everyone was starting. I think people started at like $17.99, then $19.99. We're at $21.50 right now for a regular Hanes tagless tee. But then with that, when we choose our other options, obviously our hoodie, our long sleeve, whatever else, we up those prices as well. So we'll email our rep at Teespring. We'll up our hoodie price to $39.99 and our long sleeve to $35.99, because the difference between $34.50 and $39.99 is irrelevant to a consumer typically. If they're going to spend $34.50, they don't mind spending the extra $5. So that's how we price it, and that gives us a nice big bump come end of the campaign, right? If we sell 100 shirts like that, we're probably looking at, instead of getting the $1,000, let's say, for the campaign, we're probably looking between $1,300 and $1,400. But I ran 300 campaigns in March, so that extra $300 on 300 campaigns is a lot of money. So I don't know how to choose different questions there, Will. You're going to have to help me out, buddy. Brad wants to know if we did the Aeropostale shirt. I don't know. I never know what Brad's talking about.
Talking about this, you idiot.
Oh. See, I can't even see that, but okay. Yeah, no, I made that shirt. Let's see.
You made that shirt.
Yeah, I made it.
I can see you getting a trademark claim just for saying that.
No, I made it for him. Bring up Bill.
I was going to do that. Bill, okay, when you mentioned that $25 ad spend to test with on Teespring, what numbers were you looking for? That's actually a really good question.
It is. And this varies. You see, my campaigns that I was running in March were really, I proved them really, really well, so I knew exactly what to look for. But it's going to differ based on how new that campaign is. And when I say campaign, that's just obviously a design that I'm scaling to different markets. But with $25, if I saw one sale, I closed it. If I saw two sales, I ran it at $25 for an additional day. If I saw 3 to, let's say, 5 sales, I'd go to $50 for one more day just to see if I'll hold that ROI. But we were seeing up to 22 sales in $25, like ridiculous amounts. So if I saw anything more than, let's say, 5 sales, I would go to $250 a day right away. Even if I drop my ROI, because let's say 5 sales on $25, that's still 100% ROI. But if I drop that ROI to, let's say, 60 or 80%, if I'm spending $250, I'm still making a good amount of money. I'll still spend my goal, or the threshold that I kept was, if it was under 200% profit, 200% ROI, then I would cut it off. But again, that varies shirt to shirt. So if it drops below at this point, because these are different campaigns and I can't run them how I was, if it drops below 100% ROI, chances are I'll turn it off, but I'll let the social proof and everything, because I'll never I'll never end a campaign early. I'll just stop the ads. That way, the 600 or 700 shares and the 1,100 comments or something ridiculous that I have on that shirt, I'm still taking advantage of that. I turned off all ads at one point. I had 107 ads running, so those, I turned them all off, and the next day I still made $4,000 in profit from no ads, no traffic, nothing. That was all just social. So I hope that answers it. I rant so much. I shouldn't rant nearly as much as I do.
Well, I mean, you also technically lied. You didn't turn them off. You were drunk and you accidentally deleted them. But
no, I didn't delete them. I was drunk.
I was there. I mean.
Okay. I didn't delete them. I updated them wrong, and I had to turn them off. Okay. So just to clarify, what happened there was I was at the Warrior event and I had been drinking, and I came home to update my campaigns, and I accidentally deleted all my statistics, so I can't track. So I just paused everything. So.
I had to throw him under the bus. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Good story about Dylan being drunk.
Actually, here's a really good question that's relevant to what you just said, and it's by Helen. Sorry. I've got 3 Siberian Huskies, guys, and they're blowing their coats right now, which means that they're losing about 7 pounds of fur. So there's fur everywhere in my house. So if you see me occasionally grab my tongue, it's because I've got a husky hair that flew in my mouth. Helen asked, "What do you mean by how new the campaign is in relevance to what you just answered for Bill?"
How new the campaign is. Oh, basically what I mean by that is how new I am to running that campaign. So if I was running, everybody's running Second Amendment shirts and gun rights and things like that. So if I got into that market right now and I started running a Second Amendment shirt, I'm going to be completely new to that campaign and the variants that I would be selling. So because of how new I am with that campaign, I'm not going to scale it too quickly because I don't know how my buyers or how my prospects are going to react to it. So I like to kind of get comfortable with a design, with a campaign before I scale heavy. But as soon as I'm comfortable, I'm a bit of a cowboy with my ad spend. I'll go from $25 or $10 a day to $250 or $350 a day if I can. Like we were spending $3,000 a day on Teespring ad spend alone back in March. I haven't gotten it back up to that yet, but working on it. You guys send out a replay on this? Jay's only getting an error screen. That's weird. Big idea, big money. Let's pull that one up.
Okay. Just answer Jay's really quick. If you get an error screen, just be aware. YouTube automatically uploads these videos, so it'll
Which
be.
we're gonna have to download and trim and re-upload because 45 minutes of I don't even know what it was, but
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to. It'll be up later tonight.
yeah, we'll get it up. We'll just make sure that you're on the list or something on crackbonus.com, and we'll mail this out to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to get the replay of this, head over here. Just go to this page.
This way, it's a lot easier for us to track.
And you know what I can do? I can do this. Hold on. This is gonna be fancy.
Ooh, fancy. You're a fancy girl.
Fancy.
I don't know what you're doing.
For update.
Okay, can I continue to answer questions while you do this? Okay. Oh, my question just disappeared. Can you promote T-shirts on other traffic platforms, i.e., targeted PPV campaigns, etc.? I'm just gonna say big because big idea, big money is a lot to say every time. But to this point, I haven't. We are actually, Will and I are getting on a call. Will doesn't know this yet, but Will and I are getting on a call tonight, actually, with somebody that's very good with Google AdWords and YouTube marketing, and we're going to be trying to promote via YouTube ads and things like that. So if there's any success with that, then we'll definitely include that in one of the videos. So that'll probably be in video 4 by the time that gets released. But yeah, other than using Facebook right now, I haven't used any other traffic methods. But again, we'll update you when we get that one running. Okay, sorry, go ahead. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, so you're on your own.
Oh no, I know that, but oh wait. Okay, that's how we do it. Okay. Hold on. 1 second, guys.
It disappears when it's full screen.
And information.
I even did my hair for this call. You see that?
I did. I was like, uh-oh, Dylan's getting. He's
got to be fancy. Too bad I'm sitting in my bed. That takes away from it, but.
Have you seen my office?
Yeah, I see a Tampa Bay jersey, but let's not go there. We won't talk about that. No, I'll hide it. Yeah. All right. Big idea, big money. Ask me another question. Are you using custom audiences? A full walkthrough of how you set up a campaign would be awesome. That's going to be in the I don't want to get into all that stuff and launching campaigns and things like that right now, but it is going to be included in a video. Right now, I'm not using custom audiences. The thing is, after Facebook went on a tear and they started tearing down people's accounts, some people are getting sued, things like that. It's not that I'm wary of using custom audiences. It's just the focus is supposed to be on general interest right now. I don't know how long UID custom audiences are going to be around. It would make sense for them to get rid of that completely. But my intention is to focus 100% on general interest. That way, if something does change with the UIDs, then it's not going to be a learning curve at that point. I would much rather prepare now. So, but as far as setting up campaigns and things like that, that's all going to be included in the videos. So just if you're not on that list, like I said, just hop on there.
Yeah, just to add to that, one of the things that a lot of people are predicting right now is, as we all know, graph search is pretty big, and it's obviously very, very useful, especially when you're doing things like Teespring. It's even more useful in CPA, and in CPA it really blows things out of the water. But one of the things that a lot of people need to be aware of, Facebook did not invent graph search for nothing. That is going to start being included in ads. When, we don't know. It's really just a matter of how would I phrase this, Dylan? I mean, you've even seen it. They've slowly started to go ahead and implement it. Now you can go ahead and target by money or how much money people make. You can target by a whole.
The features from graph search are going to be included, but not graph search in itself.
That's what I mean. You're going to be able to start using a lot of the things that have really helped us when it comes to custom audiences, going in and targeting in that way. And when is it going to happen? I don't know, but it really, it's definitely going to go ahead and have a huge increase in the ability, in what our abilities are in terms of targeting.
I feel like you're staring directly at me when you talk. It's awkward.
I'm gone now.
What did you do?
I accidentally clicked the button.
I'm just going to hop over to Helen's question.
By the way, to go ahead and click on it, all you got to do is click on select.
No, I don't have those options. That's just you.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't have anything like that.
You're supposed to. Oh, well.
I'm not an administrator. Where did the question go? Okay, here, let me just answer this. Have your ad campaign suddenly slowed down or only being shown by people or 2 people by 1/10 of the last day's amount? Where do you keep going? What do you do in cases like that? Helen, it never really happened to me, but we're running campaigns. When I say we, there's a bunch of people like myself, my girlfriend, everybody else. They're all running campaigns, and they've experienced it where they're spending $600 or $700 a day in ads, and then the next day it's down to 40 or 45. And typically, and this is all speculation, so keep that in mind. But what we think it is Facebook is just kind of slowly under the radar rolling out features and things like that, so they have to kind of pause the ads, or they have to slow them down, or do whatever they're doing to make sure that they're not breaking their system, and that everything's getting rolled out properly. Now, is that what's actually happening? I don't know, but that's what we think it is based on what we're seeing. So, and in cases like that, I would just wait. You know what I mean? Don't touch your ads. If it lasts more than 24 hours, then you may have an issue. But and in that case, what I would probably do is just duplicate that ad and let a new one run just to see if that still had the same problem. But yeah, wait 24 hours, see what happens. What we've seen is that after about 10 hours to 12 hours, it seems to rebound, and then you'll spend 80% of your ad spend in like 45 minutes. But this is another reason why I like to cloak everything. Sometimes I double cloak things, but I'll cloak every single link with linktracker.com. And if you want to see what that is, linktracker, just take the E out, .com. And that way I can see my traffic. I don't have to worry about Teespring analytics. I don't have to worry about Facebook analytics or anything like that. I can see real time how many clicks I'm getting, where they're coming from, things like that. So
this is it, right?
I don't know. I can't see. Yeah, exactly. Linktracker.com. I think I'm at. Well, I don't know. I pay like $60 a month or something. Let me touch on this, because this, and apparently people can't see me, but that's okay. So they can't see my hair. Damn it.
They can't see you. They can see you.
Big Idea, Big Money says, "Can we see Dylan when he talks? Will, you're scaring me." You scare people, Will. But another thing that I want to touch on with Link Tracker, if you do use a service like this, so take Pretty Links out of the equation. If you use a service like this, keep an eye on the amount of clicks that you're putting through. I had the 100,000 clicks per month plan, and I blew through that in about 9 days. And then I spent the next day. I was wondering why my ROI was like negative 400% or something stupid. Um, which one did I have? Yeah, I was on Hyper, so it had 100,000 clicks. I'm on Extreme right now, but I had Hyper. Um, so what happened was I ran through my 100,000 clicks in 9 days, and then the 10th day, it basically all of my ads redirected to a page that said this customer needs to upgrade his account. So I got nothing, right? So I lost probably $6,000 or $7,000 in profit because I didn't keep an eye on my account. Ooh, I'm a super affiliate apparently. That's what it says, super affiliate. Let's see.
I was going to add to that, one option that a lot of people don't even think about. You can still use Link Tracker, by the way, if you do this. I personally use CPV Lab. I don't know if anyone's heard of this or not, or if you've used it. It is and I'll say this now, it is a complete pain in the ass to figure out how to use. The learning curve is intense, and I'm not joking when I say that. I'm saying you'll probably install it, and you'll sit there for about an hour just trying to figure out how to even set up your first campaign. Dylan, I know you bought it. I'm not sure if you still use it or not, but
no, I tried using all of them. CPV Labs, Improvely, what's the other one? Tracking, or Prosper 202, or whatever the hell that is. Demon Tracking. I have all of them. But I just go based on ROI. See, the thing that I haven't dived into yet is tracking the ad, like on the ad level, and having an individual link for every single ad. Just because I was doing so many, I had over 300 campaigns, right?
Oh yeah, no, like that's one of the things I loved about like CPV Lab as an example. I'm not saying you have to buy it; it is an investment. I wouldn't buy it until you're making money. There's no need.
$300 or something.
Yeah, it's an investment, especially if you're just getting started. Don't buy it right now.
Yeah.
Write it down though, because you might
can bootstrap it until you make it.
Do what?
They can bootstrap it until they start getting their return.
Yeah, I mean, like if you go and you just pull open an Excel sheet and you figure out the ROIs, you're going to be set. Especially if you're doing Teespring, because it's really, really basic. You know, this is how much it costs you, this is how much you make, put them together, you got your profit, you're done. And so that would be my recommendation there. But other than that, let me... somebody said, can we see Dylan? If you're looking at only me, that's because you accidentally clicked on my little face in the bottom right.
Don't click on my face, though. That's
weird. Don't click on me. Click on Dylan.
Don't click on me.
Probably spent like a good 40 minutes on that hair.
You know what? This didn't take that long.
My bad, 35.
Not nearly as long as you would think.
Here we go. Here's a good question from... I'm going to say your last name, because if I say your first name, I'm probably going to say it wrong. But Adele, or whatever. Him.
Bastardizing people's names.
Adele, I'm hoping I say that right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude, but I'm terrible with names. I couldn't even pronounce Kingsbury for the longest time. But
that's the easiest name to pronounce.
It really is. I'm just terrible, and you're Canadian. Anyways, he says, I'm not American, and you want to learn how to make designs. Attack American fans. Probably a poor choice of words, but I know what you're saying. Do you make all the designs by yourself, or do you sometimes hire freelance designers? Personally, I have yet to make a design. Actually, that's a lie. I made one design, and it was terrible, and it flopped. Since then, I will always hire out. Personally, I found a guy on Odesk. I know, Dylan, you use a guy off of Fiverr.
Yep. I'll show everybody what I do once you're done talking.
Okay. One of the big things when it comes to designs is don't reinvent the wheel. If you go and you look at, like, for example, name shirts, we all know about those, especially in Teespring. If you did name shirts for a while, you know that you didn't really have to get very creative for them to sell. All you had to do was have a name and usually some sort of a catchy phrase, and people would go ahead and they'd buy. Now it's a little different, and you can't do name campaigns, you can't do age campaigns, and just to actually add to that, a lot of people were wondering, can you still do like year campaigns where it's like born in 1980, and on the back it says some catchy phrase about the 80s
No,
or something like that?
no, you can't run that
Dylan
anymore.
just experiences. He just got himself banned.
Yeah, I
And
got one of the accounts banned.
he got one of his ad accounts, and one of the big things about that, guys, is do not risk it. I've got a couple of friends. I'm not going to mention who they are, and I wouldn't reveal them privately, but right now they're getting done talking to their attorneys because they got to figure out what they're going to do because Facebook is suing them because they didn't follow the rules. If Facebook goes so much out of their way to actually send out court notices, do not continue doing it. That's a very strong sign that you really are in some hot water, and Facebook doesn't want to take any of us to court. Of course they don't. There's no point in them taking us. They just simply want us to stop. But when you ignore those and you keep doing things because you're going to make $2,000 or $3,000 a day doing it, I can tell you right now, you give me $1 million a day, I would rather make $5 a day than go ahead and make $3,000 a day and get sued by Facebook, because you do not want to get on that kind of a radar. It's bad news for your business. So talking more specifically about designs, though, sorry, we both like to go off on little rants every now and then.
Yeah, we do.
But talking about designs, go ahead and you can look at things like Teescover or Fadograph or TView Fadograph or whatever. It's getting a little harder because a lot of people are going in and they're disabling their designs from Google, but you can still see a lot of really good examples, and you can see what is popular, what's working, and more importantly, you can go ahead and you can even look at other websites and other courses and whatnot, see what they're throwing in as t-shirt bonuses, because if they're putting it in as a bonus, odds are, I should also rephrase, if they've used it in the past and it's done well, just take that, model it for a slightly different market. Instead of Arkansas, do it for Washington or whatever. It really will make your designs a lot easier, because it's not hard to go and win at this. It's just simply you have to actually put in the time and the effort and try a lot of different things, because not everything's going to go and take off. I can tell you that right now.
True.
Go ahead.
A little bit of support there.
You.
I don't really. Let's see. The designs. Are people able to see my screen as well, or just yours?
If you go and you click on the little, you see that little green arrow? It says right below the top left button, chat. It says screen share.
Yeah.
Click that. There you go. Oh.
Can you see you?
I can see me. That's weird.
Beauty. All right, just to show people what I do. Now this is where I get my designs. And I just got one last night. Oh, yeah, that'll be easier. So, sorry, you can see I get all my designs from the same guy, typically. This is irrelevant, but. So this is who I use. Actually, it doesn't have a whole lot of orders in the queue right now. But you can see 100% positive rating and 837 buyers. Now, what I do, and this is what I recommend, because I'm impatient, I don't like to wait for anything, which is where my my $25 in 4 hours of ad spend little trick came from. But what I always do is I'll order this at night because he's awake. I think he's in Romania, so he's a few hours ahead of me. But what I'll do is I'll come over here, obviously order quantity 1. I'll hit extra fast because it's only $5, and then I'll hit send me the PSD. That way, if I want to scale the design, then I have the PSD, and it's really easy to do that. So each design I do is $20. Let me get rid of these, and it won't let me click off of this. But this is who I use. So are you able to drop this link anyhow or anywhere, Will, if I send it to you?
Not really.
Sweet. All right, well, we'll include the link as a resource.
Put it in group chat. Put it in group chat. I can do something. I know what I can do.
If I knew what group chat was. Oh, right there.
You already messaged me once.
Okay, so and then on top of that, Will touched on going to like Teescover and things like that to get designs. Another thing you can do, and this is more a little sneaky, but a lot of people don't realize that when they buy a design from somebody like this, when they put in a positive review, a lot of times it's going to link the design that they purchased, right? So if you scroll down here, you'll see a lot of like camera graphics, and this means that you can look at their designs. Now, some of these are going to be relevant, and some of them aren't. That one is not relevant at all. And these will also be linked up here. So you can see these are going to be well, these ones are actually a little different, but let's see if we can find one that'll scale. So, okay, so that's probably a Teespring graphic that would scale well to every state, every football team, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if this would be a trademark infringement or not, but you can just go through here. Obviously, that's probably a Teespring shirt as well. This is a trademark using Mauer's name, but let's see what else we got. There's a spelling mistake on that last one.
And just to add to that really quick, everyone that was wondering, you can see let me know if you can see I changed it to updates, and now it just says crackedbonus.com. And by the way, everyone that also wants to get access to that designer, if you go to here, I'll put it on the bottom half of this. Let me do this. Copy. Okay, you got to look at the tagline of the message on me, but it's willp.co/design.
Look at you throwing up redirects quick. Well done.
Well, I had it already, but you just kept talking.
I do that a lot. But here, let me go through this really quick. So this design was probably a Teespring design because they're targeting the grandmothers. I don't know what the hell that is. Let's see. None of those look very good. Typically when you're in here, and I don't know, I'm not sure how far back you can go, but when you're in here, if you look for the designs that are like 95% text, those are going to be your Teespring designs. Let me just see how far down we can go here. I know that 95% of the time I make sure to delete these graphics so that people can't track my designs. So this one says, today was a good day, I didn't even have to use my AK. So that's probably a Teespring design as well. See, this is me right here. This is me when I was 4. That's my profile picture. But this is one of my orders. I got a lot. That's weird that just came up like that. But you can see that I don't have the graphic right here that would show my design. So just a little trick, and you could do that. There's actually people in here that have, if you look up Teespring, that say, I'll make you a Teespring design, and then you can go in and you can just see what everybody else is buying, or what designs people are paying for. Like I can open up all of these, and a lot of them are going to have, oh, hurry it up, Cheebus. I'm lagging a lot because of this Hangout. But a lot of them are going to have graphics and things like that. That's a weird shirt that you can look at. So that one didn't have many. This one's got 5, 6. That one's got like a bunch. But you see what I mean? So we can see all the shirts that people are running. Don't tread on my Pitbull. Made in 1955 age. So that's such a popular saying for Teespring, and then Second Amendment, etc., etc. So that's just another little trick. I don't know if he puts all 6. Yeah, see. So anyway, that's a trick that you could use to find scalable designs or find designs that you may not have seen before. Wow, that was a long answer.
That was a long answer.
I know some people.
We're not seeing a screen now.
Who's not seeing my screen? Yo?
Apparently, Goss.
Here, I'm going to answer Big Idea, Big Money again. Yes, good questions. How do you create FB ads? I noticed some peeps have really nice backgrounds, etc. Do you have a designer for the actual ads? The ads I keep so remedial that I can just send them to a VA or an assistant. That way, I don't have to have somebody specific to do that. That's not going to be right. Let me see.
Stop letting me look at myself. That is so weird.
There, wait, let me move this for you. There you go. I think I'll have. Oh, it's going to open the PSD. But this is one shirt that I ran, and this is the extent of my Facebook ad, right? So yellow background, a little bit of a call to action on the bottom, and then the Teespring design. This did really, really, really bad. It didn't sell at all, but it was a test. I saw it. I think I got this design on Zazzle. I saw it on Zazzle, and I just tweaked it and added a variant in or a variable in here so that I could scale it to the cities or states. So if this would have worked, then I could have gone San Diego, Los Angeles, Denver, wherever else. And and obviously this is a New York skyline right here, but it's something to play with. Maybe if I took this off, this would sell. Who knows? But I haven't gotten back to this shirt yet. But this is the design that I use for everything: yellow background, red text at the bottom, and with the bonus, I didn't even think about it, but I'll include the templates for this just so people don't have to mess around with their own stuff. Brad wants to see, oh, he's seeing it on and off. He wants to see an example of a campaign that we had success with. The majority of the campaigns that I had success with, I hate to say, but I'm going to keep under wraps until the videos because that's a main portion of the videos, so I don't want everybody to see them and then not watch the video. But we were doing things like this, which a lot of people were doing. Obviously, this is a small campaign, but if you scale this out to different occupations, or if you were to enter in a state or something like that, then we can scale that way. The big thing to remember, and this is what I say in all of my videos, but the big thing to remember is create a campaign based on the scale of it. So this I can scale probably to 30 to 40, maybe 50 different occupations if I want to, but that's going to be a pain in the ass unless I have a list of campaigns or a list of occupations that I'm already scaling to. But if I add in a state or a major city or something like that, then I can scale a lot more because that's another 50 shirts. So if I have 10 variants of an occupation, but I can still target those to each state in the United States, and if I wanted to do Canada, I could do the provinces as well. But if I have 10 variants, 10 occupations, and I have 52 states, I have 520 shirts that I can run, right? So that's 520 campaigns. Even if I only have a small ROI on each of those, if I sell 25 shirts on each of them, then I'm still making a good amount of money across all those campaigns. And when you systematize things the way that I systematized them, so that I only really spent, like we did $150,000 net, and I spent an hour a day doing this because I had it outsourced, which again, that'll all be included in the bonus. But when you do that, it's a lot easier to scale to 500 designs, or 500 variants of a design.
And just to add to that as well, one of the big things a lot of people don't realize is that everyone wants to have one of those shirts that do, like, I don't know, anywhere from, let's say 1,000 to like 2,000 or 3,000 sales. Guys, why? There's no point, because when you think about it, the amount of times and the amount of effort that you're going to spend in attempting to get that one big shirt, it's so difficult to go ahead and to predict, oh yeah, this one's going to do thousands of sales. Like, for example, I was on a call with Don Wilson not too long ago, and he was talking to me about one of his hockey shirts, the one that says orange and, or what is it, red and black till I'm cold and dead, or something like that. I can't remember.
No, black and red till I'm cold and dead.
Black and red till I'm cold and dead. The Chicago Blackhawks hoodie. That he didn't expect to do 2,900 sales. It did. That wasn't intentional. And that's one of the things that you have to realize, is that if you want to go and you want to get one of those really big designs, you need to focus on getting a ton of really small ones. Because let's be honest, are your chances better at going and sending hundreds of dollars worth of traffic to 5 campaigns, or $100 worth of traffic to 100 campaigns spread out? Your odds increase substantially when you go ahead and you add all of those extra campaigns, all of those variations and whatnot. And that's one of the main things that a lot of people are really worried about right now, is like they're saying, oh yeah, NAM campaigns are gone, year campaigns are gone. What are we going to do? Go ahead and focus on small campaigns. If you can do 25 to 100 sales for a shirt, and you go ahead and you get a double your ROI, I can do that all day long. guys, if I'm in CPA, one of the things a lot of people in here don't realize is that with CPA marketing, if I spend a penny, or let me say this, let me rephrase that. If I spend 2 cents, and I'm messing this up.
Do $1. Just do $1.
I'll do $1. If I spend $1 and I can make $2 back, if I can make $1 and a penny back, I'm going to send everything I can at that. Because as long as I'm making an ROI, it's worthwhile. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to go ahead and have these, oh yeah, if I spend $1, I want to make $50. That's wonderful. I jump up and down and run in a little circle when that happens to me, but it doesn't always happen. There was a question I wanted to answer, and it's by Valerie. She asked, how do you use graph search for CPA offers like car insurance? Car insurance is going to be really hard to sell on Facebook. Number one, about 95% of the offers are banned, because about 95% of them are scams. And more importantly, when it comes to graph search, I can actually show you a really good example. Let me pull back Offer Vault, and let me do this NFL, and I'll share my screen with you guys here in just a second. Let's change that up. Sports. I'll have to. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let me share my screen. All right, you guys should be able to see this. And what I can do is I can just come over here and I'll just type in like MLB just to see if that goes ahead and pops it up. Because basically what I'm looking. Oh yeah, here we go. As an example, if I was here's a really good example.
I can't see your screen at all, Will. I don't know if they can or not, but I can't.
Can you see me?
No. I see a head on a little stick figure.
I'm gonna try resetting it.
Oh, there it is. Now I can see your screen. Offer. Oh, there you are.
How about now?
No, you're frozen, brother. Now it's just a black screen. Now it's Offer Vault.
Good?
I don't know. I think so. Move your mouse around or something. Yeah, you should be fine.
Okay. Here's actually a really good one. I didn't know that this is a brand new offer. MLB Team Snow Globes. We all like snow globes. If you're looking for something that you could sell in terms of like a physical product, I can tell you right now that if I were to go to this, and for some reason it's loading a weird image, but if I can go and I can target all of the Boston Red Sox fans, all of the Cubs fans, the Tigers, the Mets, the Yankees, the Cardinals, and if I can go and I can get them to buy something like a snow globe or whatever the offer actually wants them to do, which I'm pretty sure in this case it would have to be, most likely, it would have to be they'd enter their credit card details. I can make a lead. That means that if I can spend up to $8.49 and still make a profit, I'm off to a pretty good start. Now, here's one of the things that you have to really be aware of. You asked about going and basically getting, I'm assuming a custom audience from the graph search. If you were to do this, you would just go ahead and you would want to scrape all of the Red Sox fans, all of the Cubs fans, etc. And you want to go ahead and target them specifically. And you set up each one of your campaigns by itself. You go and you make sure that whatever you do, everything is, how would I put this? You have to make sure that it looks really, really good. And you also have to go and make sure that if you're targeting the Red Sox, you don't actually accidentally target Red Sox with a Cubs ad, because that will kill your conversions. I've done it. I did it with NBA teams, and it really, really messed things up. I was accidentally targeting Heat fans with a Sixers offer, and it didn't exactly convert very well. But if you go in and you make sure that your targeting is good, and you go ahead and use a graph search, if you're going to go that route, I don't always recommend it. I'd rather stay within the lines, because you can just go ahead and do a broad search and target a general interest, all the Boston fans, etc. But if you do that, make sure that you're targeting the right people. In this offer, just as a tip, I would definitely go and look this up. I've never heard of CPA Flash, but at the same time, if I can find this on another site, I guarantee you this would go pretty well. Looks like they've got like a Yankee shot glass. If it's only if it's a free offer and it only is 95 cents for shipping and handling, I could probably convert a lot of those. The real question is, and here's
I
another.
would go straight for college kids.
Yeah.
Shots. Yeah. See.
Shots, absolutely. And one of the big things about CPA, whatever network you go with, make sure you research them, because if they're a fly-by-night network, you probably aren't going to get paid. You want to make sure that they have some sort of merit. I've never heard of CPA Flash. It doesn't mean they're bad. It says they were founded in 2006. But there's so many networks out there. It's hard to keep up. But if you're going to do that, you can go ahead and I could just do something like this. Go to Google. CPA Flash review. AFPing is a really good website for looking up for sites. So you can see here they've got a 3.35 out of 5 stars out of 48 reviews. I wouldn't say that they're awesome, but at the same time, I wouldn't say that they're great. The best way of doing this would be by date, looking at the reviews. Okay, so the last review they had was actually in 2012. That to me is not a very good sign. I would want to see your reviews, within the last 6 months. So that's just a tip. But you can test it out by all means. It's just you really want to make sure that you do your homework, because I can go back. I can look at, let's say, IM Report Card's a good site. B-. Let me see. I could do this all day. That's not the point. But it looks like they've
just to research what you're doing.
Yeah, basically that's the end goal here. I'm just trying to glance. Yeah, they've got all of their reviews within like 2 to 3 weeks, and that's the other big thing is some of those reviews could be fake. You got to make sure
especially in the IM market.
Especially in the affiliate market.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's kind of sad, but it is what it is.
Here, are you able to see how many people we have on the call by any chance?
37.
Okay.
We had 100 a minute ago, but apparently people don't like us.
Talk too much, I told you.
We've been on here for 2 hours, or at least I have.
All right, Chuck said, would you send them directly to the offer or squeeze them first? I don't know if he's referring to a CPA offer or if he's referring to Teespring, but
do both.
Yeah, for the most part, you would do both, going to an opt-in, depending on what the niche is. You want to make sure that you're going to be able to market to them.
Perfect example of this. With one of the NBA campaigns I was doing, I would send them to a really, really fancy-looking page that had LeBron James in the background, and
had a center opt-in box on it, of course.
Yeah, center little opt-in box, very simple. It says, want free tickets. Of course I do. Enter your email here. Yeah, I just made $1.
Here, let's see. What else do we got? Yeah, but just to clear that up, Chuck, as long as I can mail them, or if it's like, for instance, you're not going to be able to, well, you could, I guess, if you did like a year campaign back in the day, there's really no reason to send them to an opt-in box, right? You're going to lose a good portion of your traffic, and when they convert as well as they do, I would just go direct to offer. But again, I don't know if you're talking about CPA or Teespring. So, Hans, I think it's Hans Christian Anderson says, what size of audience do you like to work with for Teespring campaigns when testing a new shirt? It depends what we're doing and how targeted those are. If I'm doing the occupation shirts, or if I'm doing like a pug shirt or a Rottweiler shirt or something like that, then I want the audience to be relatively large. So, let's say 300,000 people. But back in the day when you were doing year campaigns and you were doing, Chuck was referring to CPAs. He doesn't want to talk to me. When you were doing year campaigns, or if you were doing name campaigns or anything like that, we had, I would not be opposed to running to an audience of 1,500 people. Because at one time I did an audience of 3,600 and I sold 360 shirts. So 10% of my audience bought my shirt. So I think that answers it. I don't even remember what I said, so maybe that's bad.
Works for me.
Will Perkins added Google Effects. Are you trying to put like a cowboy hat on me or anything? I don't know what that. Oh God, this is the last time I do a hangout with you.
I was looking for that for like at least 20 minutes.
Okay, let's answer some of these. We got a bunch of questions. There's like 40 questions over here. Let's just fire through some of them. Cashback offers. This is more for you, Will. Are cashback offers allowed on FB? Let's try to keep answers somewhat condensed too, if we can.
What reference are cashback offers? Like, do you mean? I guess I really don't know exactly. I mean, obviously, I understand like the general question of saying. I can't get over that ad. Sorry. I understand the general question of saying like, if you buy this, you get $5 back. If that's what you're asking, no.
Can you turn the pirate hat off, please? You're driving me insane. Chuck's laughing. I don't know why Chuck's laughing.
I don't know where it is. Okay, fine.
Okay. That's more fitting anyway. Helen, for a campaign like this, what is the minimum audience size you'd need? In other words, if your audience size is less than a certain number, you'd say no, forget it. I would test. You're ridiculous. I would test anything, Helen, to be completely honest. If I'm running, let's say, a pug shirt and I can only get 75,000 people, I'll test it, right? If I run my first day, let's say I do a $10 ad spend just to test it, and I'm not getting near the reach that I want to get, then maybe I'll turn it off and I'll go and I'll try to expand that audience a bit. If I can get it up to 150, maybe 200,000, turn it back on, then we test it, get the ad rate, see if we make any conversions, and go from there. So, Frank posted again, topcashback.com. I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that either, but if it's, I'll look it up. I feel like I'm about to get trolled.
Yeah. If you do, turn your volume off. I don't want to hear that song.
No, this isn't allowed on Facebook. Just looking at it, I know for a fact it's not allowed on Facebook.
Yeah, Brad, that's a good point. Brad Goss's comment.
When the cartoon effects, Brad, it took me like a good 35 minutes to find that cartoon.
You should have a vector tune hanging around over your head.
I should.
Brad Goss sponsors the webinar. Say you just saw a Nurse shirt. I'm just going to read Helen's other comment. Say you just saw a Nurse shirt. You have a new, nicer design. Since people just bought these Nurses shirts, and now you are offering them. I don't know how to read. Another Nurse shirt. Will you have to spend more money initially before you see conversions? Not necessarily. It depends what the audience sizes were. If your targeting is the exact same, you know what I mean. So test it regardless. Like what I do. I've already answered that question, pal. But what I do testing a design is I'll put up 2 or 3 variants at $10 a day with a 50% CPC max bid, and then I'll just run that for the day and see what happens there. So I'll test it. If I can get 2 or 3 sales on $10, I can scale. If I get 1, I'll leave it at $10 for the next day, and then I'll see what's up, right? So. Frank, I direct link to. Well, actually, I cloak. Frank's question was, do you use lead pages where you collect emails, or do you direct link to Teespring? I cloak using Link Tracker. That way, and this is another good point. If I run a campaign, so let's say this plumber campaign runs, and I sell 200 shirts, and I want to rerun it. If I cloak, then I don't lose any of my social proof. I don't lose my shares. I don't lose any of that stuff because I can just go into my cloak and I can swap out my link, and I'm good to go. I can run it again. So I cloak, but I direct link.
Let me answer. I got a couple ones I can answer. Oh, I didn't mean to click on Frank's. Here we go. Is there a way to protect your Teespring campaigns from TViews/discovery? Yeah, I believe they just released that feature. Yep. You got to click it so that you click disable and you don't allow Google to index it. There's pluses and minuses to doing that, just to put that out there. If you're just driving traffic to it, and you don't want people to see your stuff, then that's fine. You can go ahead and disable it, but it's a really, really simple thing. All you have to do is click that box. Somebody
Yeah,
also
and
asked,
that's what I do with all of my campaigns.
yeah. How exactly would you word that plumber shirt if you added a state? Trust me, I'm a Florida plumber.
Okay, let me just bring up my screen real quick.
I can actually. This is a really good way of doing this as well. Put Florida in the background.
Yeah, you could do that. You could put the state layout in the background. Down here, you could put the state layout here, or you could just put like Florida, comma USA. You know what I mean? But you want to make it big enough so that people are going to be able to see it. See, we run them at $21.50, but you want to make it big enough so people can see it, so they can see the variables. The variables are the main parts of the shirt, right? The variables are what you're customizing to your audience. So I want everybody, regardless of where they're seeing it, to be able to see that variable. So having Florida, United States down here in really, really, really small letters doesn't help me, because there's no point in even having it at that point. So I would have it, a little bit bigger right here, or I would have the state down here, or the state in the background or something like that. But I want to make sure that whatever it is it's going to be legible when people are just scanning. So take, for instance, my Facebook ad that I use. That's why I blow those shirts up, right? That's why I have my shirts, and just to show people how to do this, just in case for some reason you don't know how to do this. I would grab the actual shirt. So let's say this is going to be my T, and Command T, and then I would scale it up, and then I would place it. Whoa, I'm clicking on both. And then I would place it. Right? Obviously it wouldn't be this big, but that's just how I do it.
When targeting is the same audience, does it boil down to the best design? At some point, wouldn't Teespring fall into banner blindness? Everything falls into banner blindness, unfortunately. When you're walking in the mall, do you look at every single shirt? Do you look at every single pair of pants? Do you walk in and pick up everything for sale in every store? No, obviously, you avoid certain things. You don't even see certain things, and they just go right by you. And that in itself is banner blindness, just in a different way. I guess is the offline version. So no matter what, yeah, Teespring will fall into banner blindness, not in the same way that you would think. It's not going to be so that all of Facebook just doesn't care anymore. It's going to be more along the lines of if they see the same design, the same style of designs, that's going to fall into banner blindness more. And when I say style of designs, I don't actually mean the physical T-shirt itself. I'm talking about the ad. When you're talking about targeting, though, and what does it boil down to, design is a huge factor. If it's not appealing to the person that God damn it, I keep looking at myself. If it's not appealing to the person that is obviously looking at it, then they're going to go ahead and they're going to avoid it. They're going to skip right on by. So in terms of targeting, realistically, you need to make sure that you got a quality design. You're going very, very targeted. You want to make sure that the people you're actually trying to sell to are going to buy your product. And most importantly, you want to rotate your ads out as often as possible as soon as you see some serious declines. So as Dylan mentioned earlier, somebody had said, one day my ad might spend $500, the next day I might spend $10. Let that go for a couple of days, but if you see it not picking back up, go ahead, start the ad over, see if you can get it to work again. If you can't, switch out the actual ad image and the text. That's really what it comes down to. Is you have to make sure that Facebook has the fastest burnout rate of any website out there. I mean, in some cases, I can go over to Google and I can run an ad on AdWords and I can let it run for 3 months without having to go ahead and swap it out. And that's just because the volume of traffic there is literally in the tens of billions. Compared to Facebook, if you're going after 300,000 people, if 300,000 people see the same image again and again, 2 to 3 times, they're going to start skimming over it. So you need to make sure that you're going in and you're basically targeting correctly. And Helen just asked a good question. That's a follow-up to that. What do you mean by rotate your ads out? All I mean is, and Dylan, can you pull up the ad image you just had?
The actual banner?
Yeah, the actual
Yep.
Photoshop picture.
Certainly can. There we go. Let me hide this. Can you see
Okay,
that?
so um,
Here, let me
what
get it back. You keep talking. I'm just going to move it around.
what Jill, as you see, is it skims back and forth. What Dylan's showing you guys right there. What I mean is, you would take that picture and you'd make it a red background. You take that picture, make it a blue. You take the hoodie, put it on the right instead of on the left. You move things around, you make it different. Because I can tell you right now, if you're driving down the road and you see a Honda Civic and it's blue, you're gonna and then all of a sudden you see a black one, you're gonna both. That's a terrible example, but you're gonna start noticing differences if you go ahead and you swap things out, and your target audience is gonna notice differences as well. That was a terrible analogy. I think that was
Yeah,
the worst.
that was awful.
That was just. I'm
That's really
sorry.
bad.
Man. That was. I had it in my head and then it just lost.
Yeah, no, I would have left it there.
I'm gonna leave it there. But
just
anyway.
to touch on this, the background. The way I pick backgrounds is I always pick whatever contrasts the best with my shirt. A lot of people do, straight yellow, straight green, straight blue, whatever it is. A lot of people do red. I just find whatever contrasts well, so it's going to stand out that way.
If only I had said
No more analogies. Stop it. Okay, let's see what else we got.
Let me go ahead and clear off some of these.
I'm gonna throw a little plug in here. Is that cool? Can I plug? Bring up James's question. Oh, what did I just do? I got redirected somehow. I'm off the site.
James Plouffe?
Yeah. So James says, is there a way to do retargeting using a redirect link? I know you can do it. I know you can't do it on the Teespring end. Okay, this is twofold. First of all, Teespring retargets good campaigns for you, but you have to have tipped already. They're not going to retarget a campaign that doesn't tip. I don't think they do.
Yeah.
Second of all, you can use a new plugin from Sean Vossler called Retarget Engine, which basically is a redirect, but on the redirect it drops your cookie. So that way you can redirect all your Teespring campaigns by yourself. Now, it's a bit of extra work, but retargeting can add.
Where's our affiliate link?
I never drop affiliate links, dude. It's all value, baby. But yeah, that's what I use.
Money off it? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, that's all I use is retargetengine.com. I think it's retargetengine.com. I don't know.
Sean's on here too. Sean, yeah.
Sean's not on here, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Sean, I use your plugin.
Let me make sure that's the right website, so we're not sending
it is.
people. It is, okay. All right, yeah.
I don't have an affiliate link or anything. Is Sean actually on here?
He is on here.
I know he said he wanted to be on here, but then he said he couldn't get on at the same time. I said I couldn't get on.
Guys, it's only like $37.
You'll make that money back in less than a few hours if you're running the campaigns and running the ads. So, thanks for coming out, Fergal. We'll have a replay up for you, buddy.
Let's see. I'm gonna skip that one for now.
Yeah, just bring up a question for me or us.
I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom because there's a few people that asked questions earlier and their questions got bumped down. So let's see. Here's a good one that I tried to answer at the beginning that just didn't go very well because you hopped on at the same time.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, I don't see it yet. I gotta wait for it to come up. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's not coming up. Okay, read the question to me. Oh, there it is. Do you set up your Teespring campaigns with website conversions and OCPM or clicks to website and CPC or some other combination? James, I do myself, and just because I do it this way doesn't mean it's the way to do it. It's just how I've had success. But I do clicks to website. I don't do website conversion. I do clicks to website with CPC. And my click obviously goes to my redirect link. And then my CPC, I don't care what it is. A lot of times when we're targeting, it'll say suggested bid 6 cents, suggested bid 7 cents, or whatever. But no matter what that says, I still go with 50 cents unless it says something higher than 50 cents. Then I'll go to $1. And basically what that does it allows me to buy everybody's eyeballs so that I can get the highest reach that I possibly can. And just because you're bidding 50 cents doesn't mean you're going to pay 50 cents. If I bid 50 cents, typically my clicks will come out to 18 cents. sometimes higher. So I have paid 90 cents a click and still been profitable, but that's how I set it up. And now, just so everybody knows, keep in mind when you do clicks to website and Facebook says you've gotten 200 clicks, but you're looking at your website and you're looking at your Teespring campaign and you have like one sale and you just think you're converting like crap. Facebook clicks, when you buy clicks from Facebook, those are social clicks that you're buying, right? So all of the calculations within Facebook, unless you see clicks to website and cost per click to website, everything else is clicks within Facebook. So clicks to your fan page, clicks to see your image, things like that. So make sure when you're doing your calculations, you're taking into account clicks to website and cost per click to the website. So what's next?
What we're going to do, because we also want to, I mean, I know we don't want to be on here with you guys. We'd love
I will stay on here all day. My dog's been walked. I am all good.
I understand. We don't want to make sure we want to make sure we get to everyone's questions, but we don't want to make sure we don't want to answer the same question like 10 times.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fire through
them. Here's a good one. I can actually answer this one really quick. Do you track your Facebook ads with Prosper or CPV? I use CPV. Dylan just uses an Excel sheet. If you're just getting started, use an Excel sheet.
It's easy, and my Excel sheet will be included in the bonus that we have for Ads Cracked as well.
Yeah. Here's a good one, and I can actually help with this. What are you setting up with new Facebook accounts? Basically, if you get banned, what are you doing to get a new Facebook account?
This is delicate. This is a delicate area. There's different things that you could do. You go ahead. You answer this.
Yes, because I'm going to answer this with the best
diplomatic angle.
Guys, what I'm going to tell you right now, first and foremost, here's my disclaimer. Number one, you are not allowed to do this. Facebook does not want you to create another ad account. It is against their terms of service. So that is my public disclaimer for us not getting sued.
We don't do this.
We don't do this. I have never had to do this myself.
I've just heard of people doing this.
I've heard of it. Yeah, there you go. Other people might do this for. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, though, you have to basically create a new identity. Is kind of the idea, and it has to look legit. The best way of doing this, in my personal opinion, is you want to go in and you want to create a new Facebook account and you want to make it real. It can be you, as long as you have a different credit card and a different billing address you can send everything to. It can be you. It doesn't matter. But, and by the way, if you're doing really crazy black hat stuff, this is not going to work. You're going to get banned no matter what. I know I've got a few friends who they do a lot of black hat stuff, and they get banned literally once a day. They buy about 100 Facebook accounts at a time. And, I mean, they'll do, thousands of dollars in sales every single day, but they're running 40 to 50 different Facebook accounts a day. They're banning 40 to 50 a day. I don't want to have that kind of stress, and I don't want my entire business to rely on, how do I put this? I don't want it to rely on, black hat stuff. Now, anyways, but to answer the question, just to give you a quick, you want to go ahead and make sure you have a different billing address. You want to have a real Facebook account. Go ahead and actually build content, post stuff, put pictures, etc. And you also want to make sure that it is in no way connected to your old billing information, your old payment information.
And I'll add one point quickly. Another thing you can do is kind of like rent your family members' accounts. You know what I mean? If you have a kid, or if you have a great uncle, or a deceased aunt. Well, I guess that wouldn't work because you need the password. But if you have a family member, you can use their account, and there are ways to log in to that account without logging into their Facebook. But again, that's all going to be in the bonus. So we'll go over that when we hand that out. Do you market to Canadians and Australians? Is it worth it to create separate campaigns and track conversions from just those countries? Or do you just lump them in with your U.S. campaigns? Typically, I'll just lump them in. I don't do Australia because the shipping time on Australia is ridiculous.
Like 7 weeks.
Yeah, it's insane. I'll order a shirt in my campaign, and after that campaign closes, I won't get that shirt for 4 weeks, and I'm in Canada. So, uh,
It takes almost 2 full months for anybody in Australia to get a shirt. And realistically, Teespring needs to work on that. It should only take 5 to 10 days.
yeah,
I should get my shirt in 2 days because I'm in Florida.
yeah,
But
exactly.
but yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I usually don't even target Australia. I'll actually block it.
I never target Australia.
It's a waste. I would love to sell to them. Australians are great buyers, but at the same time, they're not gonna. I mean, when they buy a shirt that says it's $20 and they find out the shipping is $17, usually that's a pretty big turnoff.
Yeah,
Um,
so just do. It's worth testing Canada and U.S. separately, but myself because I don't know if it was laziness or if I just didn't care. I just grouped them in. I just wanted as big of an audience as I could have. As long as the campaign was still profitable, I was happy.
Here's a good one. All the videos that Dylan had up, whether they were in the lab or anywhere else, have been technically they're not taken down, but they're going to show up on crackedbonus.com. This this this
I
is really
can't point
hard.
if I don't know if me pointing helps.
It
I don't know
doesn't.
if you can see that on mine. Yeah, they'll all be on crackbonus.com. So just get on the list. Everything will be coming to you in emails. So hop on the crackbonus.com list. There's one video out now. There's going to be another video we're going to be mailing out today, and then two more, maybe three if we expand the content a little bit, and then obviously the bonuses. So James, you know what? I don't even need you to bring the questions up anymore. Let me just fire through a bunch of these because we still got like 20 questions over here.
Okay.
James says, do you target desktop and mobile or just desktop in your campaigns? I target both, but I see that mobile is 90% of my traffic. But again, on that, if you're going, for some reason, if you're going to an opt-in page, make sure that it's mobile optimized, because I did that for a little while where I went to a video opt-in and the video was like blown out the side. They couldn't even see it on the mobile. So just make sure that you're optimized for both. But you'll notice that 70 to 80% of your traffic is going to come from mobile. Aaron Salmon is my developer. He's a good guy. Says, for general interest targeting, can you comment about the online spenders category and if we should be using it for Teespring? I don't use it. I find that whenever you're running a successful campaign, if you try to switch it up and put that in, your campaign is no longer successful. It's just not developed enough. They don't have enough information to make it valuable. I think it's more of like a beta feature where they're releasing it, but it's not fully developed. But over the course of like the next 2 years, let's say if they're tracking, Facebook spending and things like that, like these are the online spenders category is probably people that have bought gift certificates and things like that on Facebook, because that's realistically, I think that's the only way they could probably track it. So I don't do it.
They're buying data. So they are actually buying data and connecting it to Facebook accounts.
Yeah,
Then again,
I don't
this
use
only
it.
started in the last 3 months. So you got to remember, guys, even if they were to buy every single person's information that uses Facebook, that is still a billion people that they have to sort through, analyze, assign data and accounts to, and just the amount of information that they've gone ahead and let's say they did purchase it. If they went in and they connected all that information to the new search features that we're able to use in the Ads Manager, it would take them at least a full year to go ahead and to create that many databases and assign that many accounts. So it really just needs time to mature.
Exactly. I'm
Um,
gonna jump down to Joe here.
okay.
Joe,
Joe Mangano?
yeah, he says, do you create a new fan page for every shirt? Oh, it just moved. Where is it? Every shirt, or do you have a generic page that you do your ads from? Do you prefer page post engagement or dark posts? Um, First of all, the page, typically I'll do one page for an entire design. I worked with some people that did a page to each design or to each variant of a design. So let's say Florida plumbers, they'd have a Florida plumber page. Way too much work. I'll do a plumber's page and then have all of my Florida, my California, my Maine, New York, all those plumbers are on one page. That way I can, because you got to think, if you're going to be marketing to people afterwards, you don't want to market to the 520 pages you had to create, right? If I could do that all in one page, that's a lot better. Page post engagement or dark posts. I dark post myself. I'll be totally honest with you. I haven't tested page post engagement a whole lot. I did a little bit of it with some CPA stuff, but not Teespring. So I can't really comment on that. But I'll dark post, and it works just fine.
I actually want to answer a question here.
Go ahead.
When you create a brand new design, do you use any specific site to get ideas like Pinterest? I use a lot of places. I'll actually go to the mall. I'll just walk around. Look at what people are wearing. If you want to look for the best T-shirt designs, look at what's already been sold. Because if somebody already went ahead and they put money into buying it, I guarantee you can find something that just like it that'll sell again. So if you're looking for places to get really good designs, wherever you live, just go to the mall. Go and watch people walk around, see what their shirts say, especially graphic tees. That's really the best way. On top of that, you can use Pinterest. Pinterest is pretty popular, but at the same time,
Zazzle is good.
Zazzle's really good. There's a lot of sites out there. I can't even begin to name them all. But you can look up tons and tons of designs. The trick to designs is that you want to make sure that it's scalable. If you find a design that is so fine-tuned that it's only going to be able to be sold to, let's say, 10,000 people, I guarantee you that is going to be the hardest shirt to sell, because you're going to have such a limited audience, and you really just want to make sure that you're going after designs that you can actually go ahead and target wide scale. Let me see. Oh wow, we only have like 7 left.
So let me hop down to Big Idea, Big Money. A lot of these we've already answered. We just haven't cleared them out. Big Idea, Big Money says, would you capitalize on Mother's Day by creating teas? If so, would you target the siblings or the moms? Actually, I was doing this before I went to Jamaica. It was going relatively well, but we weren't killing it. I would definitely recommend targeting holidays. Holidays are fantastic to target. And you'll see, actually, in the bonus when we go through the campaigns, you'll see that we targeted a holiday a little while ago, and it did really, really well. But if I was doing if I was creating shirts, I would target the siblings. I would target the sons and the daughters, but have the shirt so that...
By the way, at least 16 years old.
Well, yeah. Well, everybody has a mother. It doesn't matter. You could be 45.
If you target a 13-year-old, though, the odds
they can't buy it.
Credit card and being able to convert and buy it, it's very, very slim. So
I don't even do 16. I do 18 years older. But always, I would target the child, so the boy or the girl, and have the T-shirt framed so that it's them complimenting their mom, because it's something that they're going to buy. Well, you could do 2 angles. Something that they're going to buy for them to wear, or something they're going to buy for their mom to wear. Exactly. It could be like a world's best mom, and if you wanted to scale that, you could do, Florida's best mom.
It's not the world's best mom. That'd be something your mom could wear.
I didn't hear any of that.
I said my son thinks I'm the world's best mom, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Or like the shirt that I brought up on Teespring, or sorry, on Fiverr, that was like, I have a little angel and he calls me grandma. You know what I mean? Things like that. Somebody will buy that for their kid and show off their kid in front of their grandmother. So, do we have any more? I don't think we have any more questions.
Got a couple.
Which ones?
Can you promote T-shirts on other traffic platforms
I already did that.
Other traffic platforms?
No, I mean, I already answered that question. Once I got on. Are you direct linking to Teespring, or are you using a domain to redirect? We already answered that. Where are the cracked bonuses located? Also, how are you setting up new Facebook accounts? We already answered that. The cracked bonuses will be emailed out to everybody when they pick up Ads Crack 2.0. Besides the name of the course, is Cracked Bonus... Oh, yeah, right there. Besides the name of the course, is Cracked Bonus a Donald Wilson product offshoot? I wouldn't say it's a product offshoot. It could be a product in itself. There's a lot of people out there. What's that?
I said it could be a lot of products.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there putting out products that don't have near the case studies of
I'll
those.
put it this way, and I don't want to say this to bash anyone. I'm not going to mention anybody or anything like that. A lot of people will go and they'll put a bonus together that's a bunch of random crap that might be worth something but has no relevance to what people are buying. What we decided that we wanted to do with the cracked bonus is Dylan and I actually, I mean, I don't think I've ever planned this much on a bonus. I've got 6 pieces of paper over here of notes from a couple phone calls that we've done. And it was just us sitting there talking about everything that we had. And then we basically went down a list and we scraped off. And that's how you really should do it, because we got rid of everything that would not be perfect for those people that went ahead and that want to get involved in Facebook and they want to start making money from Facebook. Because if I'm selling you some random WordPress plugin that is great for SEO, it has no relevance to Facebook. It's only going to go ahead and distract you. That is the last thing you need right now. And that's one of the main things that we really wanted to make sure to focus on to avoid. And that's why everything that you see that will come from the crack bonus over the next couple of weeks, you can see that we've got a video on the 24th, the 27th, the 30th, and we also have another video after that.
We'll probably have some more random hangouts too.
Exactly. We'll have a couple hangouts. I know we're also going to do a little bit of we've got a little webinar that we're going to put together that's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of things that we're going to have planned for the next couple weeks, guys. Realistic, and the best thing about it, all you have to do is show up. We're giving all this away, and you know we're basically, we want to make sure that everyone understands what we do with our businesses on Facebook. That's what we're putting into this bonus. It's not a bunch of fluff. It's not random crap, as I like to call it, where we were giving away $600,000 in bonuses or something like that. It's actually everything we give away is something that you're going to be able to go ahead and apply to your cracked purchase, your Ads Cracked 2.0 purchase.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Here's a good one. I'm looking for resources on jokes and gags for t-shirts, but is it a general audience? Is that too general? I can answer that. Yeah. Jokes, way too general. Cats are the most popular thing on the internet. Cat t-shirts are the hardest thing on earth to sell.
Unless it's a joke t-shirt. Unless it's a joke t-shirt with a cat on it.
Then you got both worlds.
There
you go. It's like, realistically, I mean, when's the last time you saw somebody walking around with a cat shirt on versus a Aeropostale shirt like I'm wearing right now? You have to go, and if you want to go and you want to sell to like a very general audience, and you want to make it a joke shirt, a really good example of this is actually something that Don just did, where he had his Master Baiter shirt, and he targeted fishermen. And anybody that's interested in any sort of fishing, Master Baiter, Baiter, and it did really well apparently, and it's funny. That is an example of a joke shirt that is targeted, but it's not a general audience. It's a very specific audience. Cats don't sell.
I'm going to go out and make a cat shirt.
You do that.
And I'm going to sell it. Actually, I have one. I'll tell you about it after this.
Oh, boy.
It's not good, but I want to try it.
I think the only question I didn't think we may have answered, I'll just answer it again just in case. Can you promote shirts on other traffic platforms?
Yeah, I answered that.
I was just going to add to it, it's a lot harder. PPV, there's no platform in the world quite like Facebook in the way that Facebook goes ahead and allows you to target people's interests. Nothing out there has that ability. Only thing that it comes close is maybe Twitter. And
I haven't tested Twitter yet.
I've been playing with it. Twitter's promising, but it's also an infant.
Yeah.
It is absolutely 100% an infant. Now, with that said, I'd say what we'll do is I'm going to give 60 seconds for any more questions, because we don't have any coming in right now. Yep. We're completely out of questions to answer. So if you've got one, go ahead and send it in, and we'll answer it. But if not, we're going to be blasting out this. The replay will be live technically instantly, and then I'm going to take that down. We're going to re-upload it because we're going to get rid of like the first 30 minutes or so, and go ahead and make sure that everybody has a clean copy so they can get started with it right away and just kind of watch the good stuff.
Yeah. I'm just going to be that guy in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
What he said. I think we've gone through all these, haven't we? What's that?
So I've gotten 2 comments today about people talking about my hat.
You should probably put it on backward.
Yeah, okay.
That way we can't see.
Now I totally look like the frat boy.
Well, no, but I just wanted to hide the symbols and stuff. But
All
ask
right.
the audience to submit questions, and they will appear below. Did we just clear them all?
I cleared them all, yeah.
Perfect.
Spam? There's no spam questions. Answer questions. There we go. Okay, questions. Here we go. No, never mind.
It's a comment.
It's Valerie thanking us. Thank you, Valerie. We appreciate it.
I want to do another one. These are fun. I want to do another one. Let's do another one.
Yeah, this time you can. Next time you can show up on time.
Well, okay. Next time I'll know how to use it. I'm gonna schedule a call with Zane Miller once we get off of this.
Yeah, definitely do that so that we know what the YouTube link is beforehand, so I don't screw up next time.
Anyway, you want to just shut? Oh.
Question?
Yep. You're a CPA guy. You go for it.
It hasn't appeared for me yet.
Okay. I'll answer it.
Here we go.
No. Shh, let me do it.
I don't want to answer it.
Well, you can answer it too. We're fighting over your question. Is CPA more profitable than Teespring or easier to convert? I wouldn't say it's more profitable. The thing is, the lifetime of a certain offer is probably a lot better. Like if you're running, damn it! I was hoping you wouldn't do it, Justin. I'm not getting on the YouTube call with you anymore. It's over. If you're running a campaign, it's a lot easier to run one campaign for a long time. So if the offer sticks around and you can keep the ROI, you could just keep one ad up for literally like 2 or 3 months and bank hard on that. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. You're on your own. Go ahead. Okay, anyway, answer that.
All right, so anyways, to answer your question and finish off the call, Teespring I'd say right now it's more profitable, but there's a reason for that. Is that I can sell a shirt and I can get, let's say as a rough example, let's say I can go ahead and I can convert 1 in 5 on a T-shirt. I might only be able to convert 1 in 100 on a CPA campaign. Difference is I've got 100,000. Really, I've got 100 times more people that I can promote that CPA campaign to. And that's one of the big things about CPA is it's a lot more scalable than T-shirts ever will be. And the main reason for that is, number one, if I wanted to go in and if I wanted to do like a quick little CPA offer that just requires somebody to enter their email address, I'm going to make $1 from that. Whereas I have to go ahead and convince somebody to pay $30 to buy a T-shirt. Which one's easier? Now, and that's another big thing. If you have a CPA offer that pays out $100, can I convert the same number of people that pay out at $100 compared to the number of people that will convert on a T-shirt? And really you just have to play with the numbers, but I know a lot of people that are absolutely killing it right now, and I really do mean killing it with CPA, and what they're doing that's making it so, I guess I don't want to say groundbreaking, but so awesome, is they'll be able to get $100 CPA payouts compared to a $10 T-shirt payout. I'm not saying that you want to go in and you want to forget about Teespring, but what I would say is focus on Teespring, get some sales there, learn a little bit because it's a lot easier, and then go ahead and look at some CPA stuff because like Dylan said, CPA, you can drive 10 times the amount of traffic and make a lot more money in the long run. And you've got to be thinking in the long term.
Do we have any more?
I just got tagged in a photo.
A photo?
Will Parkins I'll screw you.
Okay, James asked a question.
Who?
James. When you set up a dark post, do you always do link format or do you ever try photo? I'm not sure if I'm using the correct term. Oh, disappeared. Yeah.
I got
the
you to
correct term, but those are the options in the create unpublished page post interface. I honestly, if I'm gonna do something like that, I'll just go straight photo because that's what's gonna grab their attention. Now, a lot of people like this whole dark post thing. I didn't even know what that term meant until like 3 days ago. I didn't I don't do that. Everybody creates their ads and things in the Power Editor or however they do it. I don't do it that way. I do it a way that's a lot simpler. It's,
I meant to time that to say Dylan's on the money, but it just didn't happen.
no, okay, that's awful. Um, I do mine all through the regular ad manager. It's another video that'll be in the bonus just to show you how to do that and how to duplicate quickly and how to scale quickly because, like I said, I can launch, 10, 15, 20 campaigns in a matter of 15 minutes. So, but I'll include a video on that. Write this down, Will. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we got to end this. Brad was right. Brad was right. It's over when the cartoons start coming out. I think that's all the questions anyway. So.
One of these again, though. This has actually been very fun, very informative, and I'm only busting Dylan over here because we had no questions left. So, but other than that, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said before, guys, I'll have the replay up for everybody. We'll post that. It might be tonight. It might be tomorrow morning. It really depends on how long it takes to download and edit and whatnot, and then re-upload. So as soon as we have that, I'll send it your guys' way. But in the meantime, again, make sure you go to crackedbonus.com. Sign up. Our video is going to be posted here. I'm actually, while Dylan was talking a few minutes ago, I was setting it all up and whatnot. So it'll be live in the next 10 minutes, and you'll be able to check out that video. It's only about 15 minutes long, and it is absolutely packed full of content. It actually shows some really cool campaigns and whatnot in Teespring as well as a few other things. But I think that's it.
Yeah, just everybody make sure you get on the list on crackedbonus.com. That way we can just email you out the videos. It's a lot easier that way.
Oh, absolutely. But
I think we're good, though.
I think we are.
Well, thank you, everybody. Chuck is still here. I can't believe Chuck's still here, as if.
I like Chuck. He's awesome.
Well, I've never met Chuck. I got to meet him. He avoids me at events. Yeah, I don't know. That's what he told me.
Chuck's well, that's personal
problem. Oh my God. All right, I'm leaving. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. I'm out of here before he does it again.
See you guys.